Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and today I'm gonna be playing with a man-at-arms damage team. That's right, I'm bringing Crush, and I'm going to crush my opponent into submission. So my opponent here is actually playing with the Kalashnikov comp, kind of a weird variation of it, but it is indeed a Kalashnikov. We're playing against Laerten Merton today. And this is an idea that someone suggested, not the actual team, because no one just got up and said, Shepherd Doggy, I want you to play Halo comp with Man-at-Arms. No, they just asked, can you do a damage MAA, maybe use Crush and Rampart and that sort of stuff. I decided not to bring the Rampart because I have experimented with Rampart in the past, and it does sound like a good ability, like the one knockback is really good against Jesters, supposedly, but the hit chance kinda sucks. The daze is only 100% base. If you bring the trinket, then you're kinda missing out on other trinkets. So I thought, nah, you know what, I'm not gonna bring Rampart. I'm gonna have Crush as sort of a damage support ability, like if someone heals for, I don't know, like 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even, and then I'm gonna have the Retribution, which is gonna be very helpful against AoE teams and against people that are trying to hit my team. And I'm also going to have the potential of using command buffs and defender if my opponent either has a lot of dodge or if they are trying to focus someone down, and it would be in my benefit to try and guard them. So I have to remember that I do have a guard at this team, which is very rare for for teams like this, for damage teams that have the Halo comp set up to have guards. So yeah, the rest is just the usual Halo comp stuff. I have a Bounty Hunter here with Grappling Mit's Finisher, the Caltrips, and the Mark for Death. We're already getting lots and lots of Retribution value, getting a crit, which is going to give us minus stress taken, and also a lot of damage and bleed on that Houndmaster, so I'm very happy about that. We can't even miss this Occultist right now, even with the extra dodge that he has. And yeah, very unnecessary crit 44, and he's already down to 0, and things aren't looking too good for my opponent. They're looking even worse than you think, because the Retribution here is really gonna make my opponent's life kind of hell. And if they want to go for a risky slam here, which is indeed what they go for, then I'm definitely gonna try to punish it. They do get slightly lucky though. They do get slightly lucky here. I'm gonna go ahead and punish it with a Caltrip, so I'm gonna go for the 50-50. It is a bit risky. Technically I have better death load chances, but the reason I'm going for this one is because I want to keep the Arbalest action in case the Occultist does want to go for a big heal. So if he goes for a big weird reconstruction, I want to be able to bring him right back down to 0 and still kill him. So if I hadn't caught in the kill there, he could have gone for a self-heal, and after that happens, I would just shoot him, and voila. I could have also gone for a Dirk Stab, but if I do that, they could heal, get rid of the guard, and then after that happens, they could, I mean, not get rid of the guard, but get rid of the mark, and then after that happens, they could guard, or actually they couldn't, because they don't have guard on the Man-at-Arms for some very bizarre reason, but, well, not too much I can say about that. You know how damaged Man-at-Arms would actually be really freaking good? Okay, that's helpful. But you know how he would be really freaking good? Is if he had a mark. Imagine if Crush marked a character, even if just for one round, Crush marking a character, that would just be absolutely crazy. I wouldn't say broken, I don't think it would be broken, I think it would be strong, but not broken. Yeah, I don't think that would be broken. Well, since I got a crit there, I'm gonna try going for a sniper shot, but sadly I only do the mineral amount of damage, so now my chance of getting a kill here, yeah, very unlikely. I'm not gonna go for that. I'm just gonna go for the finish him here on the Houndmaster. And that is 2 characters down in 2 rounds on my opponent's side. So you can see that even with a Man-at-Arms, my offense is still quite good. My biggest concern playing with this is that, well, what are you sacrificing to bring a Man-at-Arms? You're not sacrificing too much on the tankiness, because he's still quite a tanky character. So this is compared to Crusader. He's still quite a tanky character, can give the team some relative tankiness by having a riposte up, and by also potentially using a guard, so that's kind of not the problem here. The biggest problem would be the lack of stuns. And what are stuns most useful for? Well, they're not just a tool to bully your opponents, they're also a tool to break guards. And if you do not have those, stuns, you'd really kind of suffer against the guards. So that's why the rest of the Halo comp setup is here to just still be able to break through. As long as I mark a character, both these characters can still hit through the guard as long as the character is marked, so it's perfectly okay for me, I believe. So that's kind of what I was trying to do. I can also try to maybe go for a daze to help a little bit with the guarding stuffs and all that. I mean, I would go for a daze, but I actually don't daze with Crush. It doesn't have base daze chance. My bad. I thought it did for a second there. I don't know exactly why. But right now I can just go for a Crush here, even though I only do 4 damage. It's absolutely enough to bring the save augmentation down to 0, and then we're gonna go for the finish him. And this is a very, very quick first match. This is just absolute slaughter here. My opponent's team is good, and it technically has a good matchup into the Halo comp. It's pretty much 2 teams just going absolutely ham, trying to kill each other very, very rapidly. But my opponent made 2 or 3 questionable decisions. They also don't have the best trinket setup. You don't really need all the trinkets to have a good trinket setup on the Kalashnikov, but you know, sadly, they did not go for the best trinket setup. So it really puts them in quite a rough position, even when playing against the damaged man-at-arms. But is it good though? Imagine if you're playing against a friend and you're trying to do like some interesting rule sets and Crusader gets banned. If you want to do something like that, would this actually be a viable alternative? Or are you better off just putting an Abomination in position 1? That's the question. What are you better off doing? I should have dropped the flare earlier, by the way. Kind of silly of me. But honestly, I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it. I feel like the retribution value really came in quite clutch. And against teams like this, which a lot of teams have AoE, like really a lot of freaking teams have that. It really came in quite handy, because bringing that doggy down to 0 by not even having to use the Arbalest turn, yeah, that was indeed pretty cool. So my opponent is trying to hold on desperately to their petty lives here, but it definitely won't be enough, and I'm just gonna skip ahead to when the man-at-arms actually goes down. Alright, it's still the same round, I just got lucky to get a crit. Oh, jeez, I knew it. I decided to unpause and go for the finish him, knowing full well it was a 90% chance, and I just thought, nah, there's no way. There's no way the Butcher Circus is that mean to make my unpause kind of senseless. But you know, I guess now I'm here and now you're stuck with me. But this time, yeah, try resisting this one, come on. Masochistic, a little bit of stress, who cares, and voila, goodbye men-at-arms, and on to match number 2. Okay, I guess it's gonna be a round 2 electric boogaloo, so Laerton Merton just pops back into the ladder immediately as the other match finished, and you know, so did I, so it looks like we're gonna have another go at this. So do I want to start off with something different, or do I want to keep dropping Battle Ballad? I'll just go for the Battle Ballad here. You might be finding it weird that I'm not immediately dropping the caltrops, but if you go against the Kalashnikov, you kind of don't have time to wait for the caltrops to tick. You really need to get a kill sooner rather than later, so that's exactly what I'm gonna go for here. They go for the Bolzer this time around. Oh, that's way more dodge than there was the previous one. Something happened and something is different here. Maybe I could run men-at-arms in position 2 to riposte Beast Spiles and Harvest and just have Uppercut instead of caltrops. That's an idea, but sacrificing the caltrops doesn't sound too good. It does not sound too good. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Retribution here. Sure, against the Prot it's not doing very much, but if they want to try going for the Hound's area immediately, I start punishing them immediately, and I'm very likely to hit, even with the extra 25 dodge that this Houndmaster has over what he normally would have. I'm surprised that they go for the Slam here, but it does seem to do a lot of damage, but it doesn't actually work. I don't get pushed, which is very freaking cool for me. I actually want to drop caltrops. Yeah. Or do I go for a Mark? These damn healers, they're so annoying. Could go for a Mark. I should focus the Occultist down. But this is gonna be so difficult. This is gonna be so difficult. I feel like this match is gonna go a hell of a lot worse compared to the previous one, because the Abomination is completely safe now. In position 1, he's gonna stay around, he's gonna stick around, he doesn't have Wretch's Cloak, but he's probably gonna transform twice because of the Pit Fighter's Helm. And this is going to be very difficult for me. I'm very surprised my opponent goes for that, actually. I don't think that was a good play whatsoever. I feel like they either could have moved forward into position 1, that was an idea, or they could have just gone for a pull on my Arbalest, which is, you know, the what they probably should have gone for. Now they go for the guard dog, but as you very well know, I have caltrips if I want to go for it. With minus 20 damage, do I do 0? I highly doubt it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the 50-50, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. I take the occultist's life once again with a caltrips, and it's round 2 and my opponent surrenders. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it still the best play for them to go for a guard at that point? Honestly, the best play for them would have been to go for the doggy action, not the occultist action. So, I mean, they had a healing character, and instead of healing with your healing character, since they go last, so they can always wait for me to shoot and then heal, instead of doing that, they just, you know, decided to go for the weirdest weakening curse ever, reducing not even reducing the armless damage, they reduced the bounty hunter's damage. Yeah, Caltrips doesn't care about your protection. So, and the damage debuffs, of course. So let's go for match number 3. Alright, and on to a match number 3 we go, and this time we're playing in someone's... oh, this is an interesting setup. So this is almost a basic beach comp, but instead of having an antiquarian, you have a Houndmaster, so it's definitely more bleed reliant. My opponent is veteran, and while they do not have all the trinkets, they have a good idea of how they want to play their team, I believe. The Jester does look kinda weird, I will say, but the rest of the team looks... that doesn't look too suspicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop a pull here on the Houndmaster, kind of just to prevent a stun from going down, because after they go for the accuracy buff, it is quite likely for the stun to go down, and I wouldn't really like that too much at the moment. Of course, the Holy Lance crit is also quite impactful against my team. That would make my Bounty Hunter die very early, definitely a lot earlier than I'd want him to, but... I'm just gonna have to live with it. I am extremely surprised by that Houndsari. I did not imagine that to go down here, because now as long as I hit and maybe get a crit on here... Oh, well, that's very far from a crit. Oh, that is very far from a crit. I feel like that was definitely not the play for my opponent though, because Reclaim would have been able to bring the Houndmaster out from Death's Door and then be able to still do the things that he wants to do, but now if I had gotten a decent damage roll... Well, this crush would... Ooh, the crush actually brings him down to 0. Gives me an extra 8 accuracy on all my characters, so even though I'm not using Battle Ballad, I still get plus accuracy, which I'm very happy about. And now I get to go for a Dirk Stab, which is going to be a 60-60. A 60-60? What is the max chance of 120? No, it's going to be a 60% chance of getting the death blow. Of course, they go for the punish, get the crit themselves, but they do have a lot of crit chance, actually. Holy Mary Mother Joseph, that is a lot of crit. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Dark Stab, but oh boy, I missed the 60. I do not get the 60. That means they're probably gonna go for the Lick Wounds now. They don't? That's weird. That they don't go for the Lick Wounds. They're gonna go for the heal with the Crusader instead. I don't feel like that was necessary, but they did go for it. What debuff did I have applied? Oh, the minus prot, that's right. Yeah, the best debuff ever. I could go for the crush here, my accuracy... Oh, it has 90 base accuracy? Really? Oh, what a garbage ability. At least make it 95. It has 90! Jeez, it's like Smite, just terrible ability. Oh my god, yeah, it's so trash. Who made this? Who thought this ability that does 6 to 13 damage, removes 10 prot, wow, most amazing debuff in Butcher's Circus, and my opponent goes for Lick Wounds? That's... I don't even know why they do that. It shouldn't work, it should not work in any world, but somehow they get the crit heal, after getting a heal for 6, so now my Arbalest doesn't even bring them down to 0, unless I get a really high roll or a crit. Just kind of uncanny at this point, if you ask me, but... Yeah, I don't know what to say. I want to go for a kill with the Bounty Hunter here, so I'm gonna drop the Harvest right now into the Sniper Shot, into the Finish Him or the Caltrips, depending on what your Jester wants to do, and when the Jester wants to do it. So, yeah, just a very unfortunate match so far, jeez. I have been getting severely unlucky, I feel, and now they go for the Reclaim. You should not get another chance. of acting with your Houndmaster, let me tell you that much. I'm gonna go for the 88. Thankfully I do hit. The extra 8 accuracy from getting the crit earlier, definitely quite helpful. Insignia of rank of value right there. If you do get a crit with it, it only works on Retribution and Crush crit, so the Repulse doesn't actually work for getting the crit, which is unfortunate, but you know, such is the way of the Butcher's Circus. I'm gonna go for the 65, I do get it, and I apply a bleed on the Crusader as well, which is wonderful. Now my opponent can go for a kill with a Dark Stab, but you know, it's only a 35, that they won't get it, right? They won't get it, and then I just win. Oh, they don't even go for it. That's awkward. They go for the stun on the Jester. They get to hit and they get to stun as well, but I'm not too concerned about that, honestly. Not overly concerned. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a heal here on the Bounty Hunter because I want him to stay alive. Do they have Harvest? Yes, they do. Are they gonna go for it? Most likely. Is it gonna hurt? Yeah. But I still feel like, oh no, they don't. They go for the Dark Stab. Surprising, to say the very least. I could try guarding, but considering, you know what my opponent has going here, I don't feel like that would really make too much of a difference. I could try going for a command buff and try hitting into them. I'm just gonna click myself here and then adapt to the situation. I could try preventing their Jester from using Finale by going for a pull here on the Crusader. That could be helpful. They go for a bleed here, that's fine. Yeah, that could be helpful for me. It's a weird situation that I've been put in. Pull the Crusader. Hit the Crusader or hit the Jester. I think we hit the Jester. Yeah, we try hitting the Jester. But I'm going to pull the Crusader to prevent the immediate finale, and also the Holy Lance. And also if the Jester wants to go Dark Stab now, he has to disrupt the Flashpoint. I could go for a guard, but again, this bypasses. So I'm just gonna go for the... Oh my god. Yeah, this ability sucks. I'm not gonna put it two ways. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Crush just sucks. I wish I wasn't playing this. I really wish I wasn't playing this, but sadly I am, and sadly I have to put up with its shenanigans. So yeah, what can I do about it? I'm gonna go for the mark here. I think this is perfectly okay for me. Even if they try going for a stun here, it's not too likely for the stun to work. You know, first they have to hit it, of course, which is an 88. It's quite likely, but they have to hit it. Hit a crit too. How wonderful. Yeah, I would go for a flare, but I doubt it would work all that well. My hit chance right now is like a 110 plus 8. It's like an 88 or something of the likes. I could go last. Is going last here really benefiting me too much? No, not really. Well, I'm just gonna go for the sniper shot. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I do that and I roll for 24, which would be enough had I hit, you know, either of my previous crushes, but you know, such is the way of the Butcher's Circus. My opponent goes for the Reclaim now, which at this point is the best play. And now I have a bit of a decision to make. My Retribution does Okay, 1 to 3 damage because I don't even apply the debuff. This actually has 100% debuff base chance. Technically the Insignia of Rank is a Crush trinket, so this should be the trinket to make Crush good. With the debuff chance, the accuracy and the crit, but it just isn't enough. They go for the Dark Stab now. Oh, how am I still alive? How am I still alive despite all this? I have no idea. I have no idea how that's possible, but... Now I'm put in a terrible spot. I could try shooting. I really want to drop a finale here, but if I drop the finale I just lose the Bounty Hunter immediately. Oh, which is really bad because I still have to deal with a Flagellant. Oh, that's terrible. I can't let that happen. I have to go for a kill some other way. I'm gonna have to go for the heal here and hope that they don't get the stun again. Please don't get the stun for the 3rd time in a row. That would be really unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a kill with Crush, finish him or something of the likes, and then just keep the finale, because I cannot win if I drop the finale and lose my Bounty Hunter, and I have to still deal with the Flagellum Crusader. I very, very much doubt I would win that. So they're gonna go for the Zealots here. They don't go for the stun, which is kind of beyond me, honestly. But you know, it's not the end of the world for them. They can still drop a redeem heal here if they really want to, which I imagine is what they're going to be going for after I drop this crush, because you know they have to. If they don't go for the redeem heal right now, their Jester just dead, which should be tragic for my opponent. So I imagine they'll go for the redeem. Of course, if they go for the redeem, I'm gonna shift the pressure and I'm gonna go for another character. Probably the Crusader at this point. You've already exhausted one. Should I go for the Crusader? Oh, I've already used my Arbalest turn. Yeah, that's right. I've already used my Arbalest turn. This should be fine. Clueless, right? Oh god. 9 to 16. I have to go for it. I'm gonna close my eyes. Oh, 12. Oh god. Oh, there's zero justice in this world. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. It's like I'm playing down a character, you know? The men are just being so trash. They go for the finale now. It feels kind of unnecessary, that finale. But yeah, now they're in position 4, which is also a safe spot for them to be in at this point, honestly. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the Retribution here and hope that if they try hitting it to me, I just hit them back pretty hard. Because, you know, I mean, should I have been using Defender this entire time? They have Dirk Snap, they had Zealous. Defender doesn't really do too much for me. They go for the preemptive heal. Why? Why do you even do that? What is the reasoning behind it? Do you think I'm not gonna do 9 damage with my Arbalest? I genuinely don't get it. I do 9 damage, just so you know. I do way more than 9 damage, actually. I'm gonna go for the sniper shot on there, and next turn I'm gonna go for yet another sniper shot. If I get the kill, good. If I don't get the kill, I don't know what I'll do. I'll rage quit maybe. I don't usually rage quit, so I probably won't do that. Ooh, okay, that's good. Good job, Man at Arms. That is one attribute that he does have going for him, which is, you know, he's the porcupine guy. He's quite the porcupine, so once he does start getting hit pretty hard, he usually hits back pretty hard as well. Yeah, okay. Do I still want to battle ballad here against a combined total of 5 dodge on my opponent's side? Probably not. I'm just gonna go for the Dirk Snap. Now if the flash round falls down to 0, they can drop if the flash round falls down to 0, they can drop a redeem heal, but they could have, I mean, they can drop the heal from falling down to 0 and then drop the redeem heal if they want to. But I feel like if they do that, they are kind of throwing, because let's see, that's also kind of a throw. They're gonna go for Rally to the Flame. I'm definitely gonna crush into that. I feel like that's my best move here. It sucks that they still have the regen on there, by the way. It really freaking sucks, but, you know, what can I do? Reclaim is definitely a very good ability. It's balanced, but it is a very good ability. One that does take some skill to use. Some skill that my opponent didn't use it to its full extent earlier on, but now they're using it way better on the Jester. So they go for that, they click, they heal, and let's see what do they go for. They go for the Exsanguinate on the corpse. That's surprising. Okay. Now, let's see. I have a decision to make. I try to go for a sniper shot here. There's no point shooting to the Jester, by the way. That you would have to be a raging buffoon to shoot into the Jester, which we're probably gonna have a Raging Buffoon here, because both of them have dropped finales already. I can either shoot into the Flagellant, or I can heal my own Jester. I feel like, at the end of the day, healing my own Jester is gonna be a better move, because after this I can still drop a Harvest, you know, I can stay alive, most importantly, and I can drop a Harvest, which will likely bring both of these characters down to 0 just the next round. They drop a Harvest themselves, which hits and lands the bleed as well, so that's unfortunate. But, you know, I just have to live with it. I'm gonna drop the Harvest myself. And is that enough bleed? Almost enough bleed. It is in 2 rounds, but I need the kill now, not in 2 rounds, so I do have that problem going for me. How are they gonna try hitting me here? They're gonna go for yet another Zealous. I might bite back. Yeah, I bite back for 7. Not that much. Do I apply a bleed? Oh, I do, actually. That's pretty neat. Well, I have a decision to make right now. I could shoot the Jester, or I could heal my own Jester. I'm gonna heal my own Jester. Yeah, I'm gonna heal my own Jester. I feel like I have to. I have to keep him alive. He's the only finisher character left. They've already gotten rid of the Bounty Hunter. I don't have any more finishers on my team. It was just the Bounty Hunter and the Jester. So if I lose finishers here, then the characters my opponent has are just gonna heal, they're gonna heal pretty well. I'm gonna have like 1 or 2 opportunities to get the kill, I won't get them, and then the opportunity will be gone forever because my character will start dropping to 0, and it's gonna be quite bad. So my opponent goes for yet another redeem, and let's see, if I got a minus prot on him? No, I don't need it. Okay, the retribution is gonna go away, the repulse will be gone now, but I can go for the 6 to 13, that's just trash. Trash amounts of damage, but okay, it does work, it does work. It's even worse than Pierce, it's even worse than Smite. The accuracy sucks, I have no idea why you'd bring this. Like, I feel like Shieldbreaker would be better, Crusader would be better, Abomination would be better, Flagellant would be better. This Man-at-Arms just purely sucks. I hate him so much. I have no idea why I'm playing this, but I am. I don't feel like this is the best way towards victory, let me tell you that much. So I can go for a Harvest here and die the next round, or I can go for a Dirk Stab and live. And yeah, I'm gonna go for the Dirk Stab, thankfully I do get it. Reinforcements have arrived, so my opponent's health bars go up quite a fair bit, because that's completely fair, right? Just Flagellant things, I guess. Even though he had already dropped 2 heals in a row, both the characters still heal for 10, because the way it works is that the characters actually heal themselves for 10 when they see the Flagellant die. It's not the Flagellant that actually heals them. So whether that was done intentionally or unintentionally, I'm not entirely sure, but you know, it was done that way. So I'm gonna go for the heal right now. Once again, I have more actions than my opponent, and going for heals here is good. Of course, they can stun me over and over again, but I'm hoping that they fail a stun or 2. And I'm also hoping that I still come out on top regardless of that. So I'm just gonna click here, and then I'm probably gonna lose the Man-at-Arms sometime. Hopefully not too soon, but I'm gonna just drop a Retribution, so even if they do want to try and hit me, I might hit back. Emphasis on might. I have Shield Spike and the Insignia Frank for an extra 22 accuracy on the repulse, so currently it has an extra 12 accuracy from the 85 base, so it's got pretty much enough to hit them almost with a 95 chance. So they're gonna go for the Dark Stab here. Of course they get the 35, why wouldn't they? But I mean, let's be honest, they got very unlucky earlier to fail like 3 Dark Stab death blows. So I feel like I shouldn't complain whatsoever. I have no leg to stand on here. So I'm gonna go for the Dark Stab, which sadly only hits for 6. They're still going down with Caltrops, but the problem is that now they don't have to heal. And because they don't have to heal, they're just gonna go aggressive. And here's the problem with Stunning Blow. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. The problem is that not only does it bring me down to 0, it also removes my action, because that's completely fair. And I just have to bring the Crusader down a bit, so I'm gonna go for a Sniper Shot on him. Honestly, Crusader being alive is gonna make my life kind of hell, but for some reason my opponent goes for the Jester turn here. I'm not entirely sure why they do that. Maybe they want to give me a chance of victory, I guess. So I will most definitely go for the 25 death blow when I can. And I get a pass too. Oh, that's good, that's good. Is there justice in this world? I'm gonna go for it. I don't get the 25, I get the knockback. There's still Caltrops ticking, by the way. Caltrops has been ticking for a lot of rounds. It has been giving me massive value. And here comes the Rally to the Flame. Okay. Rally to the Flame is also a very annoying ability to deal with against Crusaders, because it heals 2 characters up to full HP, pretty much meaning that if you're in a 1v2 situation, you literally cannot win, even if you, even disregarding the stuns. So my opponent goes for Death Blow here, of course they get it immediately, and as I said, if you're in a 1v2 situation, you pretty much cannot win. So how am I supposed to win this? How am I supposed to win this? Yeah, that's gonna be easier said than done. I'm gonna have to spam Bowler here, and I'm gonna have to hope that Selfish does not say no to heals, Shepherd Doggy. You've lost. Oh my wa Moshindiru. Nani? One person had Crusader, the other person didn't, and yeah, look at how that's turned out. Here's the thing, I can't do anything. I literally cannot do anything at this point. I cannot do anything else different. All I can hope for is that my opponent is either greedy, tries going for a stun and whiffs somehow because they're this store, or if they go for a wrong action and, you know, Selfish. Selfish can't even do anything bad here. That's kind of the problem. Sure, they can pass, but it doesn't matter as long as they keep healing. The only way I can win is through stress, but to win through stress, there's still a really long way to go before I win through stress here, so... Am I gonna be able to do that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that helps. That definitely helps. Double crit Mola. I'm doing literally zealous amounts of stress, but is it enough is the question. Yeah, it's not enough. Not enough just yet. If I had dropped a Bello earlier, did I even have Bello available? Probably not. Yeah, just trash character, honestly. Trash character doing trashy things. And, you know, while I do like caltrops, it's definitely not helping me a bit here, because it only does 2 bleed, and after the Crusader heals, the character can just bleed down to 2, and then they're still perfectly okay. So I'm gonna go for the ball here. The stress is adding up slowly but surely. I'm doing 9 stress onto this Jester whenever he drops a Death Star, which is a decent amount. Means it's gonna take a few more for him to go down to 0. But now my opponent can start rolling for the death blows, unless Selfish misses or something of the likes. So you're gonna go for the heal there, and you're gonna hit me while they're still at full HP, or, you know, out of Death's Door. Oh, but Selfish does pass. Okay, that's exactly what I need. I need Selfish passes, like, over and over and over again. Even if that happens, let's be honest, I'm gonna get bullied by the stuns, even if the Jester does die here. The Crusader can probably win on his own by just spamming Stunning Blow. I only have 10 stun resistance, so each double stun is going to be a 60%, so very likely to work. But my opponent is smart, they don't misplay. Even though they went for a few odd plays at the start, they definitely got their act together, and they're bullying me into submission right now. So they're going to go for the Dark Stab, and there's the 25 Death Blow. And the lack of justice in this world. I feel the finale on the Jester, by the way, because my finisher missed. Yeah, just a very unfortunate match all around. But big GG's to my opponent. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. Don't play this team, it's garbage. And I'll see you again another time. Cheers.